Hello, hi, good evening. Today we are going to learn about batch utility tool in Navisworks. This is a file conversion tool, and you can convert the file without opening the file in Navisworks. Okay, but you need a Navisworks application to be opened so that you can access this tool, and you can just select the list of files and you can convert. Okay, I'm going to show you how it works. Let's close. So I'm closing Navisworks also. I'm going to create a number of Revit files, and we are going to use the Revit file to convert. So let's have a set of folders so that it will help us to learn better. Okay, so here I'm creating a new folder. I call it as Navisworks utility. Utility we are going to learn. So this is an empty folder. Let's create another folder for Revit files. Okay, and I'm going to create another folder for Navisworks files. Okay, in the Revit files, I'm going to save some Revit files. Let's create some files. Let's go to. You can select any template, no problem. Okay, I'm going to create three files. Let's go to um, wall, and I'm going to draw just three rectangle, and I'm going to draw the number. So this is number one, then two, and number three. Okay, let's say this is number three. Okay, this is for our learning. Okay, this is for our learning. I'm going to save this file within Navisworks utility Revit files. Let's say this is file 3. Okay, in file 3, I'm supposed to show only 3, right? Okay, let's do save as the project, same project, and call it as file 2. And save again and call it as file 1. So this is file 1. So I'm going to delete other two. File, save, file, close. And I'm opening file 2. I'm opening file 2. Then I'm going to delete number 1 and 3. Let's save and close. Let's go to file 3, Revit file. I'm deleting these two. Save the file, Control S, and file close. Okay, so I have three files. So I can show you in the folder. Now I'm going to close this Revit because I have already created the file. So inside the folder, I have some backup file. So I'm going to delete it. I have a Revit file now. I have three Revit file. Okay, so this three Revit file, I'm going to save it as a Navisworks file. So how can I create a Navisworks file? I can open. So we have two options. Okay, I can open Revit. If you want to convert a file to Navisworks file, then you can open the document in Revit. Then you can use Navisworks utility plugin to export the file as a Navisworks file. So here you can see that I have file 1. So if I want to export to Navisworks, I can go to add-ins and I need this plugin. So I need to install this plugin. Let's go to Navisworks 2025. So here I can save Navisworks utility, Navisworks file, and I can go to file 1. I can give a name. I can choose the file type. So here you can see I can choose NWC cache file only. I can do the Navisworks settings. How do I want the Revit to be converted into Navisworks? I can do the settings. After that, I can save this file. So like this, I have to export the file one by one. Navisworks utility, Navisworks file, you can see. So the file is saved here. Navisworks cache file. So like this, I have to uh, open, export one by one. I have to do it one by one. In case if I want to do it all together quickly, then I can use um, Navisworks. So let's open Navisworks. So this is my Navisworks. I don't have to open the file. Okay. But you just have to create something as new so that you can access the tool batch utility. So you can read the description here. Provides a utility combining and converting batch of files. That's it. So here you can convert the file. So when you need it, you can convert the file or you can schedule a time to convert the file. You can click here. So this is the Navisworks batch utility application tool. So here there is some pre-filled informations are there. So I'm going to remove it. Okay. So to remove it, you can go to file and you can set new. So these settings also you can save as a separate file. So I'm going to make it as a new so that everything is blank. Now I have to choose a directory for input files. So where is my file in desktop? Navisworks utility. Inside Revit files, I have all three files. In case if you have a Revit file, Navisworks file, and other file also, then you can set the file format. You can choose the file format here. Let's choose Navisworks here. NWD, NWF, NWC. Then it will show the Navisworks file only. But for now, I need Revit files, right? So here I can choose Revit format and I can choose file 1, 2, 3. So in case if you have multiple Revit file, then you can choose the file and you can add the file for file conversion. You can choose all three and you can add it for file conversion. In case if you don't want to choose, if you want to remove any item, you can remove item. If you want to remove all, you can remove all. In case if you need all the file inside one folder, then you can add file spec. Okay, you need to be very clear. The first option is to choose the folder location. So this one is to choose the file format. Then this will display the file which is available inside the folder. Now you can add a folder specification or you can add file. So whatever is appearing in this box, it is important. You can add file spec. For example, in this directory, I want Revit files. You can add file spec. Now you can see we have Revit format, Revit family format, and the Revit template format. So, but I need only a Revit format, Revit project file format. So I can delete these two items. Okay. So inside the folder, whatever is Revit project file, then I want them to convert. So let's go to the last box. Okay. I want them to convert as an output file as a single file or multiple file. You have to choose between these two. In case if I want it as a single file, then I can go for a directory. So where I want to save, I want to save inside Navisworks file folder. Okay. And I'm going to create another folder, single file export. So I have chosen the folder and I can give a file name. The file name can be uh, trial one. Let's say you can give any name. I'm giving a name as trial one and I can choose the file format. So because this is a batch file and I wanted to be as I wanted to export this as a single file, I can save this as NWD or NWF. You know the difference. NWF means a host file and that file will contain Navisworks cache file inside it. In case if you want to save it as NWD file, then it will be a single file and all the files will be attached within the file. So I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, so NWD. I'm going to choose NWD and I'm going to say save and view file on output. So after converting, do you want Navisworks to open? Yes. And in case if there is if already you have a file inside the folder, in case if you already have a file inside the folder, do you want to overwrite? Yes, let's overwrite. In case if you want the existing file and you want to save a new file, then you can choose increment output file name. Okay, so let's overwrite. And in case if you want to see the result when you are converting, do you want to see the result? Then you can also take a log file. And where do you want to save the log file? Within Navisworks single file export, you can give a name. You can give any name. Save it as a text format. And say in case if you want to overwrite the existing file, you can check and you can run the command. Now just check what you have given, what input you have given, what output you are expecting. So those settings you have to review once, then run the command. So before we run the command, I want to show you the folder first so that you can understand the difference in the Navisworks file. In the Navisworks utility folder, we have Revit files in the Revit files folder, and in the inside Navisworks single file export, the we have uh, we have nothing. Okay, so let me So this is Revit folder. Let's keep this as a Revit folder. This is Revit folder, and this is going to be Navisworks folder. Okay. So now we are going to run the tool. Let's go to Navisworks. I'm going to run the tool. Just to run the tool, and it's going to take some time. So you can wait until the run command button is visible. Now they are gray. That means they are inactive. That means they are progressing. It's progressing. So we have to wait. So during this time, you can see the folder. The files are created. Navisworks cache file for file 1. Navisworks. So here you can see Navisworks cache files are created inside the original file folder. These are cache files. So inside a Revit file folder, we have cache file. So you can see file 1 to Navisworks cache files are created. Now you can see in the Navisworks single file export, we have only one single file, Navisworks document file, and automatically Navisworks is opening, and I can see the links inside it. File 1, file 2, file 3. Now it is exported. We have exported as a single file as NWD file. I have seen the file. It is automatically opening. Now I can close this Navisworks Freedom. Okay. And I'm also having a log file. So you can see Autodesk Navisworks batch utility loading file 1, 2, 3 and exporting as single file, saving and opening. Finished. Fantastic. Okay. I hope now you understand how to export 3 Revit file into a single Navisworks NWD file. Okay. So in case if I want to save this code, I can just save these settings. I can just save. In case if you want to give a name, do a save as, and you can see here you can give a name. Single file export settings, and then save single file export NWD settings, and then save. So now it is saved as text file. Open it, and you can see just this. Okay, just the command is saved. Close. So this code is saved. If you copy this command, again you will get the same option to save as a text file. You can give a name. Okay, and save, and open the text file, and you can see the same. This path will be saved. In case if you want to do this again, in case if you make this as new, and if you want to do this again, you can open the text file, go to file, open the text file. Nothing is happening. File, open, command. Okay, so we get only this code. So everything else we have to set. Okay, so we get only this code, and we have to set the output. So You have to be careful. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to export all three files as um, separate files, as multiple files. Okay, I'm going to use this tool. So before I export, I want to show you. So here all the Navisworks cache files are saved. So I'm going to copy um, Revit project files. I'm going to copy Revit project files and I'm going to create a new folder, call it as Revit files 1 or folder 2. And I'm going to paste here. So I have three Revit files. Now I'm going to export as Navisworks file as multiple file. Export as multiple file. Okay. This is my output folder. I'm going to convert again. Let's go to new. Okay. So I'm going to start this as new file, new. Still you can see the code. Okay. So if you want to remove, you can remove and start from scratch. Input directory, browse. Let's go to browse and this is my input folder. Go to desktop, Navisworks utility, Revit files folder 2. Okay. And I can see all three Revit files. So in case if you want to be specific with the formats, then you can choose Revit. You can choose Revit. Okay. And it will show Revit files only. In case if you want to add each file, you can add, you can use this button to add each file. In case if you want to add everything within the folder, then you can choose add file spec. So this is adding Revit project file, Revit family file, Revit template file. So if you want to remove Revit project, if you want to remove Revit family file, you can remove and you can keep only Revit project file. So if you want to add all three files one by one, you can add. Either way you can do it. After that, choose as multiple file. So I'm going to set the output file, output to same directory as source file. So this is going to be saved in the same folder. But now I want it in a different folder. So I'm choosing output to directory. I'm going to desktop, Navisworks utility, and Navisworks file, multiple files. Okay. Overwrite output files is fine. I want to create a log file, and a log file folder should be multiple file and log name. You can give any name and save. The format is log now. If you want to change, you can change it to txt and save. Now if you want to overwrite the log file, you can overwrite, you can choose, and you can run the command. So before we run the command, I want to show you the folder. So this is multiple file, export file. This is an output folder, and I'm going to show you the input folder. And this is your input folder. We are using these three files to convert into a multiple file. Okay. And we are converting as multiple file and run the command. So this is going to take some time. You have to wait until you see the run command button. Okay, now let's go to the folder and you can see log log file is created, and Navisworks document file is getting created. File 1 is created, so we have to wait for other files to get created. File 2 is created. So in the meantime, inside the Revit folder, so we are getting the cache file. Navisworks cache file is created. Navisworks cache file for file 1, 2, and 3. Cache file is created inside the Revit file folder. And in the output folder, we are getting the document, Navisworks document. Now we can see the buttons. That means this is over now. In case, if you want to export multiple files inside the same Revit folder, what's going to happen? So we'll see. Again, I'm going to create another folder. Call it as Revit files 3. Okay. And I'm going to copy only the Revit files. Control C and Control V. Okay. These are Revit files. Now I'm going to export multiple files within the same directory. So that means I don't have to mention the output path. So it will take the input path, right? So the directory going to be Revit file 3 folder. So you can see, but this is still showing Revit file 2. Remove this. So if you want to start as fresh, you can make it as new and remove all. Browse, go to desktop and Navisworks utility and Revit files 3 folder. That's your input file. If you want to be specific with the format, you can select and it will display only the Revit file. If you choose other format, it won't display. This is just for sorting the files. Okay, and you can add folder spec. If you want to remove family and template format, you can remove. And now the output file, I'm going to save it as the same directory so that you can see I don't have to mention the output folder and overwrite output file. That's fine. And I don't have to create a log file. Okay. And before I run the command, I'm going to show you the folder. So we have just 3 Revit files. Okay. After running the command, we are going to see the result. So let's run the command. If you want to log the event, you can still do it. Let's save the file within Revit files 3 folder. Okay, name it as log 3. You can give any name and you can also choose text file format. And then I can just run the command. Let's see what's happening within the folder. Log file is created. We have to wait for the Navisworks file to be created. Let's wait. Navisworks cache file is getting created. Navisworks document file is getting created. So we get the cache file and the document file in the same folder. That's the only difference. I think it's over now. Let's go to the tool. I can see the buttons. That means it's over. So in the bottom, we can cancel. We can go to help menu If I click on help, it will open the Autodesk website page, and we can read what we can do with the batch utility tool. Create list of all design files, append multiple file into a single file, convert multiple design file into a single NWD file. So these are the possibilities with these utility tool. You just go through these help notes. You can go through this help note, okay, and you try here. Try at least 1 or 2 times so that you will understand better. Okay, so this tool is nothing but converting the Revit file into Navisworks file. That's it. It's very simple to understand. Okay, in case if you're having any doubt, try to watch this video again. You will get a better idea. Still, if you have a doubt, then read this help page. You will understand, I'm sure. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope now you understand how to use this uh, Navisworks utility tool. This is a very good tool for saving some time for file conversion. In case if you are sending a file to your client, then you have to create an Navisworks file. And if you're starting to convert the file one by one, it's going to take lots of time. So instead, if you are choosing this Navisworks batch utility file to create a set of file in NWF or NWD, um, if you want to combine all the file into one single Navisworks file, then this application is very good. You can do the settings once and you can just save. So next time when you open, these settings will show. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you understand better. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.